Fitzgerald,
and Teresa Briegel.
and this is for our individuals, families, and group social work class. So I'm going to start with my interview with Teresa. Hi Teresa, thanks for coming in today.
Hi, that's good to see you.
Good to see you. So, yeah, my name's Maria, and I'm a social worker here at SLU, and just kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what brought you here and what's going on in your life right now. So maybe you can just share a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I guess I came in after seeing a little spotlight for you guys on the news. So as you can tell, I'm a little older and I live alone. And I had a fall a couple weeks ago and messed up my leg a little bit. So just, I guess that kind of frightened me a little bit. Can talk to somebody about that here. So
Yeah. Did you fall at home?
I did. Yeah.
Were you by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I am 75.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm getting up there.
Excuse me. And you said that you felt a little bit frightened after you fell?
I guess just it was hard to get up, and then there's no one there, so
You live by yourself?
I do, yes. So just like getting kind of to the phone was hard.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit frightening, that it been like a worse fall than it was.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What kind of was running through your mind?
I don't really know. I guess I just kind of panicked a little bit. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very used to being in the house alone yet. So.
What do you mean by that?
My husband passed away a couple years ago, so it's still kind of new.
Yeah.
I guess nothing like that has really happened since he's been gone, so that was different.
Yeah. Kind of an adjustment getting to feel comfortable being by yourself and not having that extra person to support.
Right. Figuring out what to do in all the different situations.
Yeah. So you saw some on the news and you decided to make an appointment.
Yeah.
And what are you hoping to do? Like what is it that you're
I guess my biggest fear is losing the independence. So maybe just making sure I'm on a path where I won't.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's a legitimate fear, especially living by yourself and, starting the aging process, and I guess the fall maybe kind of brought all that stuff to a head, and that's great that you want to come out and talk to someone about maybe getting yourself safe while you're living at home.
sure.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, I can tell you a little bit about myself, and maybe I can talk about, what we can do together. So again, like I said, my name is Maria, and I'm a social worker here. And so my role is to kind of walk with you as we explore what your goals are and what's going to be important for you in, the next few years of your life as you continue to live at home. But maybe you do need a little bit, not help inside, but maybe just have a few extra networks, some social networks, or maybe some things that we can learn that are going to help you live at home alone, independently, as safely, and for maybe as long as possible.
Sure.
Because it sounds like that's something that be really interested in. And your role in this, of course, which it sounds like you're comfortable with, is that you took the initiative to come and see us, and so to continue to come to our meetings together, and then, we'll talk about things, and then it's your job to sort of bring that stuff back with you, and, we'll set some goals here, and you can try them out at home, and then when you come back, we can talk about how it's going, and that'll kind of be how we work together.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I think that sounds good.
Great.
Yeah. I was wondering, so.
Good. And then the other thing that I always like to talk about first off is confidentiality.
Okay.
So are you familiar with how confidentiality works in the social work field?
I mean, I guess just has to do with who you can tell about what we say.
Yeah.
But not completely.
So, I mean, you're right. Basically, Well, I guess there's a couple of sections. The first thing is if you wanted to include anyone in this information, or say, for example, I made a referral for you and I passed on a little bit of information about yourself to the referral, they would obviously hear just enough information to know how to help you, which you would be completely aware of what they knew. The other part of that is if you, in our talking together, I got the sense that maybe you were a danger to yourself or you were a danger to someone else, I would need to report that because the primary goal of social work is that people stay safe, and so it's important that we can trust each other and that we can share openly with each other, but it's even more important that I'm convinced that you're in a healthy place and that, you know, you don't want to hurt anyone or, you know.
No one else is in danger, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Probably nothing comes as a surprise.
Right. Those are good.
Good. So, so let's talk a little bit more about, you know, what you're looking for in your life right now, and maybe you can be a little bit more specific about kind of what's going on with the details of your day-to-day life. And then we can talk about the future.
Okay. So I guess like my day-to-day life isn't very exciting, you know. So I don't really work or anything, so I'm alone in the house most of the
Gonna take some
time.
notes if you don't mind. So you're retired?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really go out all that much.
Okay.
But on Wednesdays they have like a little bingo tournament thing. I don't know what you call that activity. So I go there with a few ladies that I go to church with.
Oh, okay. That's at your church?
Yes. And I guess I go to church most weeks, most Sundays. Sometimes I don't make it out, but those are really my two big outings for the week.
Sunday and
church.
Great. Okay.
And I guess the rest of the day is just pretty normal, you know, like house cleaning and stuff, and just kind of being around my day, cooking or whatever.
Kind of taking care of the daily chores.
Right, exactly.
And who are the people that you see during the week?
I mean, I guess nobody really comes to visit. My daughter lives in Texas, so
Okay.
she's kind of far away, but we talk on the phone pretty often. And I don't really have close family nearby, so I see my neighbors a lot.
Okay.
Kind of some interaction each day.
Do you feel like there are people right now in your life that, you know, for example, when you fell and you said it took you a while to get to the phone, who did you call?
Well, I just called like the hospital or 911 because I don't know, I didn't know who else to call.
Okay.
Just didn't want to bother anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. So that's kind of who's in your life right now. You've got a small circle of neighbors nearby who you see. You've got friends at bingo and church group and daughter in Texas.
Yes.
And your husband passed away just a couple years ago. And you have grandkids?
I do. I have two, so they're down in Texas and my daughter. But yeah, they are 7 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
they're growing up.
How often do you get to see your daughter's family?
They come up on most like major holidays, you know, so like Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming up, so they'll hopefully come back up and visit.
Great.
A few times a year.
I bet you would like to see them more, but it's probably hard.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. We talk on the phone, like I said, a little bit, and we do that computer video thing where they like call.
Skype?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Great.
So that's kind of nice. I get to like actually see them.
That's wonderful.
So yeah.
Great. Well, it sounds like you've already got a few good relationships in your life that are kind of keeping you busy, but I mean, what would you like to see different? Is there anything you'd like to change about what's going on with your life right now?
things now that I'm alone.
Yeah, and maybe that's a little bit more of a sensitive issue for you because, you know, maybe it's telling you maybe you can't live independently. That could be a scary thing.
Sure. I guess just all the big cycle of it. It goes round and round, yeah.
What about your activity level? Do you think you could be interested in being more active, or is this a good kind of activity level?
I mean, I guess it does get kind of boring, like inside the house a lot. Which I mean, like I can go out. I guess it's just making myself go out and do something more than not being able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to go on walks like around the neighborhood a lot. So maybe doing that more often. I don't do that very often anymore.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice thing to work towards, just to kind of have a little bit more of a sense of
Yeah.
connection with people. And
Right, yeah. We see people on the walk, so yeah.
what about the you know, you live in a neighborhood, you see your neighbors frequently, and yet when you fell like there was nobody to call.
Right. I mean, they just like have their own families and lots of stuff going on. So, you know. I just didn't want to bother them.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to build those networks, especially when there's you know, there's a sense that maybe you don't know them very well, or you don't know how they feel.
Yeah.
Maybe we can explore that a little bit more and see if there's anybody in that group of people that you would feel comfortable kind of having, you know, wouldn't have to be a one-sided relationship where you're the only one asking for favors, but it could be something where,
Sure.
you know, neighbors help each other out once in a while. You might do something for that neighbor, and then when you need something, you feel comfortable calling them and asking for a ride to the doctor, or asking them for, you know, to change a light bulb for you, or whatever. You never know what's going to come up. And
That's true.
you know, I know it's hard because we have this tendency to kind of want to be able to do things for ourselves because then we don't have to rely on anyone else. But the other side of that is, you know, we talk about your goal of staying at home and remaining independent. All that can actually be really aided by having people in your life that you can get to do those little tasks for you, or to be able to call in an emergency. So you're not really truly aging alone. You're surrounded by people who can support you.
Okay.
That's kind of the goal of, I think a lot of people have that goal, to be able to know that they're independent, but when something happens, which things do happen, you can call someone and
Yeah.
have a little, you know,
Yeah.
when you need it.
The support.
Yeah.
Yeah. The back and forth relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, you know, it doesn't have to be one-sided. And it does sound like, you know, since your husband passed away, you have been very strong in staying on your own, and you know, keeping ties with your daughter, and you know, reaching out to her via computer technology. That's a new thing to learn, you know.
Yes.
A lot of people, you know, in your generation aren't really even trying that out, you know.
Yeah.
So I give you a lot of credit for doing that and remaining in your daughter's life that way.
Sure. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. And then, you know, I think that's